But game number one's about to kick off, guys. Grand finals time. Luuu going up against Dalloway. And it looks like Luuu is going for red control, I want to say, from this opening hand.
Yeah. Kind of red control, I guess.
Yeah, it's looking very red control to me. And just yellow control coming out from Dalloway. Red control does pretty good against yellow rush. Against yellow control, I think it's a little harder.
Yeah. But Luuu already have the perfect answer to Dune Drakes.
Yeah, Firebomb's a fantastic card for dealing with Red Rush, but also for dealing with the new popular Dune Drake since its change. Yep. But Kaleem coming down early, and Kaleem loves control decks. If you play yellow control, you're going to get him in your starting hand 50% of the time. Guaranteed. Yep. And he's a one-off. I always see it like yellow control players just pulling this card from at the start constantly. He loves it.
Yeah, I have to say Kaleem is a really good card. I mean, charge 2 and flying. It's just amazing.
A little interesting land placement here from Dallow. So Kaleem can kind of fly off on his own and do what he wants. So what you generally do with Kaleem is you have Kaleem go down one side with no land placement, and then you have your land following your creatures who need to stay on board. And there's Mace Man coming from Luuu, so Mace Man a direct counter to Red Rush and to Dune Drakes.
Yeah.
The stats just line up perfectly against those two decks.
Yeah. Actually, Mace Man is a card we see more often right now because of the meta.
I kind of feel slightly responsible for that myself, because I remember when I was playing my Free Wish deck, I was just like, what card beats red cards? And I went through the entire collection. I was saying Mace Man of all the people. And I started adding him in. But Red Rush kind of died down and Mace Man kind of cycled out. But with the rise of Dune Drake in yellow, Mace Man's just a perfect option to fight off against it.
Yeah. Mace Man have just another comeback here. And Luuu thinks of double neutral land.
Well, I guess he wants his Mace Man close. So Mace Man just coming up behind the Brigand will allow Luuu to clear out Kaleem with the Mace Man, and maybe even 2 for 1 on the Dune Drake a little later. So this is kind of a protection plan, a little of insurance for his little Brigand in case Kaleem wants to bully him and beat him up.
Yeah, and actually I like this play because now he blocks Kaleem from double Faeria gathering, and yeah,
blocks the double gather and also has some insurance to protect the Brigand with that Mace Man sitting behind it. What do you do as Dallow? It's a little awkward now.
I'm not too sure. I mean, I think a desert is needed for sure, and yeah, okay, so he goes straight for the trades and straight for the face.
If Dallow had one more desert, he could whip the Dune Drake into combat with the Mace Man with the champion. But now, double Firebomb. I think you just go for it.
Yeah, I think as well. Double Firebomb.
The reason you'd rather use double Firebomb here than, say, Firebomb Mace Man is because Mace Man is your only creature on board. And he is going to be gathering Faeria for you. Firebombs are not. So, Flame Spit. Oh, he's going to go for Flame Burst Firebomb instead. So, saving his other Firebomb for future Dune Drakes. And I think this is better because you want to get the Flame Spitter down now to harvest Faeria. Whereas later you may not have the luxury of being able to deal that additional 1 damage to line up a clear with the Flame Burst.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. As Dalloway, what do we want to do here? Not too sure about it. I mean, he probably can go for double neutral land. Okay, so he went for a desert.
So I guess you could just set up a champion here.
Mm.
On the top left hand or Faeria well. And then it can... Okay, so he's just... Oh, okay, so he's going for the double harvest. That's fair enough.
Yep.
So Firestorm can be set up for next turn, I guess, unless you want to do it this turn preemptively.
Actually, I would love to see the Bloodsinger next turn before he plays the Firestorm.
So this Flame Spit is a little bit of a bait. It's saying,
Yeah.
come over here and clear me. I'm gathering Faeria. And yeah, it's a slight bait. I know the champion has a lot of mobility, so it can just zip across and clear the Mace Man, but that does the same thing. What Lou wants now is to set up a Firestorm for next turn. I don't think you play anything this turn.
I wouldn't play anything here. I would just sit back and relax, and then play the Bloodsinger. And wow, okay, so you do not want to go for the Firestorm. Okay, he can go for the Firestorm with gaining 1 Faeria next turn, but
I think the reason I wanted to wait was to be able to just Bloodsinger Firestorm. But with this, if Mace Man does get taken out, Axe Grinder gets the harvest. If the Flame Spitter gets taken out, Bloodsinger gets the harvest. So he's kind of setting up preemptive harvests and just using the cards he has in hand.
yeah.
So what's next?
I'm not sure.
Safeguard onto... Oh no, going for the punishment. Yes, clear the Mace Man.
Oh yeah.
That worked out quite nicely.
But now he just got a really good Firestorm on.
I mean, it actually wouldn't hurt Lou too much if he played the Dune Drake as well, because he just gets to deal that damage to it, allowing the Bloodsinger to clear it if it does come that way. But here we go. It's Firestorm time.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he doesn't have the mountains for it.
Oh wow. Oh.
Oh, I guess I think Lou was a little too quick. Investing all those creatures in the previous turn.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So you just firebomb now. That's all you can really do, and clear up the 1/1.
Yeah. A bit unfortunate here, I have to say.
Yeah. Maybe Lou forgot he needed 3 mountains as well, because it looked like he was setting up a Firestorm for next turn, but I completely disregarded that additional mountain that he needed. He even moves his Axe Grinder into a more defensive position, so not going for the clear on the 1/1. Doesn't want to get baited by a Shaitan. That's for sure. So he's just... The problem is his Axe Grinder's not safe from a Wind Soldier either. So he's in a bit of a tough spot now. Things are starting to look a little better for Dallow.
Yeah. And actually I love the land placement from Dalloway last turn, the double neutral lands here. This gave him a lot of good spots for good vampires.
Yeah, really open, especially if he gets a desert right next to that orb now. He can vampire the defensive creatures that would be played on the right and left of Lou's orbs. So yeah, great placement from him.
And so far he is a bit ahead with the Faeria. So what do you want to do here as Dalloway? Probably putting down a Dune Drake.
Dune Drake, yeah. I think you move up the Royal Judge as well to set up a Shaitan on the axe grinder in the future.
Yeah.
I like this desert actually because it puts it out of range of the axe grinder.
Okay, so he went for the Windstorm champion instead. I mean,
Yeah.
it's... Oh, and the Bomb Singer. Bomb Singer can clear the 2-4.
Yeah, that's interesting. He went for the charger over the June Drake. Unless Dallow's trying to bait out a bomb slinger.
Yeah.
Because the June Drake's a little bit better since it has a consistent 4 attack and not a situational 4 attack, which Dallow doesn't have any events in hand. So this guy won't be able to be powered up.
And probably if he plays the Bomb Singer, he can play a Shaitan Vampire as well on a decent spot between the Blood Singer and the Bomb Singer and get a 7-8.
Oh yeah, that's quite a good bait actually. This is a tough spot for Lou, because he hasn't seen one Shaitan from Dallow right now, and Yellow Control runs 3 like straight up pretty much. Maybe 2 if they want to squeeze in different things into the deck, but 3 is they're one of the bulkier creatures. It just goes for Faeria and waits, so playing incredibly patiently. At this point.
And so far he did it good, because Dalloway do not have any spells, so or any events.
So do you go for the Shaitan on the axe grinder now? Because you can set the desert right next to him, and then you have a 7-6 ready to hit the face next turn.
Yeah. I feel this would be the best play, I guess.
I don't see much else other than that, because you can't play a June Drake near the axe grinder, that's for sure. You could potentially set a June Drake on the right hand side of the charger next to the Bloodsinger, but this is a Shaitan you just can't pass up.
Yeah.
Just too good, putting a 7-6 right next to your opponent's orb. I don't think you need to invest much else. He's just going to zip the charger along. Does go for the Drake this time, so he doesn't want to place any land on the right hand side, and he's hoping he can find a clear on the stuff layer. But this Ground Shaker Firestorm combo is going to be able to clear up a lot of this board, but it will lift Shaitan onto health. But do you feel it's needed at this point?
Yeah.
I mean,
this will be... He can went for Bomb Singer Firestorm instead, but
I think you just Ground Shaker Firestorm now.
yeah, I think this is the best play.
You take 7 next turn, but your Ground Shaker takes care of the Shaitan, and then Dalloway is starting from scratch. Like, you'll have just the base Faeria he gains per turn. He doesn't have any additional Faeria, and you still keep a Bloodsinger that can harvest.
Yeah, right.
So Dallow now, he can set up a follower on the left hand side if he wants to go for the double harvest.
Yeah.
He does have to develop a desert there or a neutral tile. I guess what he could do is he could take that tile in front of his opponent's orb or on the right hand side near the Bloodsinger with the neutral and go for a double harvest and then just push 7 and just force the Ground Shaker to run into the Shaitan. But if Lou picks up a Ciphers, then Dallow has to deal with a Ground Shaker, so he needs to decide what's more important to him at this point: pushing 7 damage or controlling the board.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it. I think I would go for the 7 face damage. Or actually, he's playing the yellow control list, and Luuu. Yeah, and he can move. Yeah, that's a perfect play. Now he can just place the Windborn champion, moving him forward. Or yeah, forward.
Yeah, just gonna set for that 5. I like the clear there on the Ground Shaker, because if Luuu did pick up Cypher's Wrath, you then have a 5/6 that gains Faeria, and it's just gonna move up to the left side. And this is a control mirror, so controlling the Faeria wells is very important for both these players.
Yep.
And we see a Bloodsinger now just coming down to try and distract this 5/5 from the other Bloodsinger, which is now moving into the right side of the board and getting the double harvest. This is going to be very good for Luuu in the future. Dallow, however, doesn't really have much going on. He can go up for double harvests with the followers in the future, but I guess you just clear the Bloodsinger at this point.
Yeah.
But this lines up perfectly for Luuu's Bombslinger.
Yeah, that's right.
And everything's going to plan, and a Flame Spitter pickup as well. He's not going to have the Faeria to pick off that follower just yet, but he will be able to deal with it in the future, dealing that extra 1 damage from the Bloodsinger's effect, which is going to be great. So things are starting to look good for Luuu, I think.
Yep. Right now, Luuu is on a really good spot, because he have already the Bloodsinger collecting 2 Faeria every turn, and now he got a 4/2 to collect 1 Faeria off the left side next turn.
Dallow does have a Shaitan coming up, which will deal with the 4/2 Bombslinger. It's going to actually line up perfectly against it and push that 7/6 right next to the orb once again. Luuu doesn't have an answer to it just yet, but he does have 20 health, and he does have that right side of the board under control, so he's gaining 5 Faeria per turn at the moment. So things are looking pretty decent for Luuu, but he's going to have to answer a 7/6 in the future. So what do you do here? Do you go for Shaitan, or do you go for Nightmare Soul Drain?
I would go for the Shaitan, because then Luuu have to deal with a 7/6, and right now he don't have the answers to it. Mace Man.
Mace Man, not a bad pickup. He can play at the aggressive line now if he chooses. I think he is. I think he's going to race him at this point. He has to. He doesn't have the answer to the Shaitan, like you said. He's going to deal 1 damage through the Bloodsinger if he takes a follower.
Yeah.
And then he pushes an additional 4 damage next turn, taking his opponent down to 7. So he does need a little bit more damage to really finish things off, but now I think Dallow might just initiate the race as well. Maybe drop a charger right next to his orb.
And he can think of playing a Soul Drain as well on the Flame Spitter.
Yeah.
It's a perfect target for the Soul Drain.
So maybe go double neutral, 1 neutral in front of Luuu's orb and the other neutral on the top left-hand side for the follower to gather. Play the charger in the middle where he played his last charger, and then Soul Drain the 2/2. And that sets up an attack from the charger next to him that won't be able to be blocked. And he gets the answer to the board as well. Oh wow, he's going for the clear on the Mace Man instead. I guess he feels that there is no real consequence to... Well, see, this confuses me then. If you're going to go for that line, don't you put the neutral tile next to the follower so he can double harvest and escape the Flame Spitter?
Yeah, I would have done this. And now Luuu have the answer to the... Okay, but Dalloway can... No. If he goes up with the Blotzinger, he can play the Ground Shaker and deal with the Shaitan Vampire.
Yeah, so he
Next
has
turn.
an answer. It's going to be great. Yep, Ground Shaker going to come down. Lou does get to push an additional 7 damage. But he doesn't really have the hand that supports... Oh wow, actually, Flashwind might have some good influence for him finishing off the game next turn.
Yeah, that's right. But actually, if he moves backwards... Wait, if he just step over, hit his face, and then step with the Flashwind backwards...
He harvests and he...
Wait.
Yep, and he gets Last Nightmares. Wait, he didn't go for the face hit. He's going for the trade instead.
I'm not sure if this was good.
No, I much prefer the face hit there.
Yeah. Me as well, cause now he can just play the X grinder and block.
Yeah. I think that was a little... I think Dalloway was playing the control game a little bit too much there.
Yeah.
He definitely hit for 7 there. You set up lethal for next turn unless he has something to block it. I mean,
Yeah.
what was the Spitter doing this turn?
I don't know.
Nothing. He was just sat there looking pretty. You know, that's basically it. So I think Dalloway missed out on a great opportunity to push 7 damage this last turn. Lou, on the other hand, guess he's just trying to decide how he wants to clear the Shaitan. He could use the Axe Grinder, but the Axe Grinder is a great offensive tool for him as well, allowing him to push like a 2-turn lethal in the top right-hand corner.
That's right, yes.
So I think you go for the Bloodsinger here instead, and then you just ciphers it. On the other hand, this does play around Choking Sands.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, okay. But on the other hand, you have to deal with the Windstorm Chargers as well, so...
This is pretty tough. This game's very back and forth at the moment.
And both players are pretty mana starving, Furia starving, and have the same amount of cards, so... Or nearly the same amount of cards.
Well, Lou definitely has the advantage controlling the right side of the Faeria Wells.
Yeah.
Grind Shaker pickup, not bad at all. It's going to be a nice defensive tool. However, he could just mount in up the top right hand and drop the Grind Shaker there. And I think that's probably the best place to drop it right now. You deal 1 damage, you push 5 next turn if he doesn't block it.
Yeah, and I expect Lou running some Flame Bursts.
Yeah.
So you could clear out the Charger as well.
We've seen a Flame Burst from him already. Yeah, I think you go for an aggressive Ground Shaker here. I don't think there's any need to play defensively. With just the Windstorm Charger being on the top left-hand corner, he's no threat up there.
Yeah.
Dalloway does have an answer though. He has the Last Nightmare in hand, so he can just zip down, gain that Faeria, and use that Last Nightmare to finish him off. Goes to the draw. Doesn't find anything that changes that line too much. So yep, just gonna Last Nightmare him.
But actually, Lou forced him to play the Last Nightmare, and that's good. That's really good.
Yeah. And there's a Flame Burst, which we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, now an aggressive Axe Grinder.
Wow.
Yes, that's going to be so good. Can even play out the blood.
Or he goes for Bloodsinger and Flame Burst.
Oh,
Can be an option as well. Okay, no, he decides to set him on a 2-turn clock.
No real answer for this Axe Grinder. He can desert next to his orb and play the Charger. But then he still takes 1 damage from the Wind Soldier when it dies to clear it the following turn.
Yeah.
And that's assuming that Lou doesn't have like double Cypher's Wrath or a a firebomb coming up. So things are looking pretty dire for Dalloway right now.
Yeah. It will be close, but I think Dalloway is not in the position to defend this push here.
He's just... It's just a little too much, this axe grinder. Just goes for
the race.
Yeah, but it's not going to work out. And there's a firebomb as well.
Here's a fire. And Lou is
gonna take this.
Yeah. This is over.
I'm not. Is he just killing? I think he's just honorably killing himself with the
yeah,
soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, the tricks. The tricks. There we have it. So Lou takes game number 1 off a grueling control mirror. And it was a tough game for Dallo. I think the problem was he didn't take aggressive lines when he should have.
Yeah.
Like missing that 7 damage to face with the Shaitan. Ultimately, I don't know if it would have made much of a difference in that match on how it concluded.
Actually, I don't know, cause if he dealt the 7 damage, the Shaitan would have the 7-5, and probably Lou don't have the answer to do anything about this. I mean, he could have traded in the Flame Spitter. I don't know.
Alright, well, now we're going to move on to the next match. Lou going for a free wishes control.
Yeah.
And it looks like Dallo is just going back to yellow control himself. Interesting. Oh wow, Brigands and Axe Grinders. This is a funky list.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just the defensive plays coming from Lou. Lou doesn't mind taking some time to sit back and harvest Faeria.
Yeah.
Take as much time as he can to develop these lands. If Dalloway is going to need to play a little bit more aggressively because the Free Wishes deck can definitely outvalue you with resources if it gets those wishes roll in at the right time.
And actually, I guess Dalloway, I think Lou is playing the same deck as he did last game. Cause okay, he went for the charger.
So just setting up the charger instead. The charger is going to be able to contest the axe grind if he picks up an event. That's not the type of event he's looking for, though.
Not really, no. But on the other hand, he have 2 Deathwalkers, so I guess Dalloway have to be more aggressive. I would like to see double neutral lands here to come closer to his face, and he probably went for it. Yeah, he goes for it.
Yeah, I was about to say. Oh, okay.
So he went for the full board control.
The only problem with this is it's a huge investment.
Yeah.
You're basically banking on your opponent not having anything bigger than your defender to defend this off. I mean, the firebomb now just takes him out nice and cleanly. Deathwish School might get some value too. And Dallo is going to be a bit behind now after being able to... after Lou has been able to clear his board.
Yeah.
So he can push out a Deathwalker this turn if he chooses. He could go for a Desert next to that Deathwish School just above it. Or onto the left if he wants to gain Faeria. Play the follower to harvest and then Deathwalker to start putting some pressure on the left side, but we can see Lou already has an answer to that if that comes down. Is that what you would go for now? I'm not too sure. This is a tough spot.
Actually, I think. Actually, I'm not too sure because I would love to see double neutral land again to come closer to his face. But as I said, I'm not too sure about this.
So now Wind Soldier, Soul Drain answers the Deathwalker if he chooses.
Yeah.
But he has to set up that additional desert, and we have seen wishes, so he is going to want to commit different land types moving forward.
Actually, he don't have to clear out the Deathwalker this turn. He can clear it next turn with Deathwish Ghoul and Ground Shaker probably, or Soul Drain, and now develop some other lands. But yeah, as I said. But yeah, I think he would go for Wind Soldier, Soul Drain.
Yeah, he wants to stop him from harvesting Faeria. That's pretty much what you want to do against Yellow Control. Stop them from gaining any additional Faeria, because that's how they really start to dominate these matches.
Yep.
Having that kind of excess Faeria to play multiple mobility cards like Champion, the Origin Fanatic, the move stuff about. They need a lot of Faeria to pull off these complicated mobility plays. So if you can lock out that Faeria gathering, you should just take it. It's usually a good call.
I guess Lou runs some Last Nightmares. Did he? I guess. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if we've seen it just yet.
And Shaitan, wow.
So Deathwish Ghoul is in the danger zone here from this champion. He can still if he moves off to the left, he's kind of wherever he goes, really, he's kind of in threat of a Shaitan, but it's a low value, low impact Shaitan. So I think moving off to the left, controlling that side, forcing Dalloway into kind of a suboptimal Shaitan or maybe a Wind Soldier would be pretty good for Lou here.
And the pickup from Kaleem, Sky Prodigy, can bring him in a good spot. He can play a desert right in front of Lou's orb and place the Kaleem if you want to.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I guess the one threat is, as we know, Lou has a Shaitan in his hand.
Yeah.
So if he went for a harvest on the right side, I think I think that's fine. If he decides to clear the Deathwish Ghoul because he doesn't want Lou gaining Faeria, and then goes for a Kaleem play that close, he would be in a little bit of trouble when the Shaitan came down.
Yeah, that's right. But now I think he can go for the harvest on the right side and go for the Kaleem. Oh, and he... Okay.
Okay, so this is a little better, just because it plays around Shaitan. It does stop him from hitting both targets. You can see the Lou highlighting the Shaitan, like, I just want to play it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you just go for double Ground Shaker instead? Two bulky Faeria Gatherers. Nice defensive tools as well.
Yeah, this can be an option here. Because the Kaleem is dropping down to 4 health and he can just remove him. Yeah, Firebomb. Okay.
So now Kaleem is just going to get out of dodge and bail. Maybe go to the middle of the map. Because he doesn't want to stick around there. Unless he goes for the Nightmare.
Yeah, I would say Last Nightmare would be good here. Yeah, Last Nightmare is incoming.
I think I preferred double Ground Shaker last turn. Just because it played around Last Nightmare a lot better. Because you would keep a Harvester. And then Kaleem would have died no matter what. Because you would have had the Firebomb.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not too sure. Placing a lake in front of his orb, I'm not too sure if this is good.
I think he was angling it just above. So he's leaving that spot in front of his orb
Yeah.
open. So if Kaleem does move over, he can't place land.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah, that's really smart.
And then you can place a ground shaker on the right side of your orb, and that lines up to clear Kaleem, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Kaleem can escape from this. You gain, so you got the free gain 1, 2, so you can't firebomb ground shaker next turn. But Kaleem is actually under a lot of pressure now. With what Luuu has in hand. Of course, Dalloway doesn't know this.
Oh, and the Windborn Champion is a really good pickup here.
So now what Dalloway could do is he could move Kaleem, hit the face, and then play champion, then move him off to the right side. Harvest Faeria.
Yeah. That's a pretty good play here.
And he gets a follower as well to harvest the top left hand side.
Yeah. Wow, I think it's the play here.
Is there a way he can gain enough Faeria to... No, I was thinking, was there a way he could gain enough Faeria to play the champion and play a Deathwalker, the sack, to get a Deathwalker next to the Ground Shaker? But there isn't a way just yet. But this is fine. This is I think this is the best line.
Yeah. And Earthcraft is coming from Luuu.
It's actually a little awkward because now Kaleem is blocking that land tile, which is not allowing Luuu to push out land placement beyond that well. And this is actually very clever land placement from Dalloway as well. You've seen he's gone for the double neutrals around the lake and the forest. This is making a land block now. He's making it so Luuu can't play wishes this turn without removing Kaleem.
That's really clever.
Dalloway is out to impress tonight, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
He's got his smart suit on. He's got his aftershave. He wants to give us a show. Alright, so now going for the Earthcraft to try and find a spot. Oh wait, so the Earthcraft actually...
Oh wait, no, because it's flying.
Oh, of course. I thought you couldn't play the land. If it's flying, you can play land underneath?
Yeah, I guess, because if it's... if it's aquatic block the land tile, and flying not.
Right,
I guess.
okay. My bad. I was there talking nonsense. Ignore me, guys. You know I talk some nonsense every now and then.
Right now he can clear out the ground shaker with double Wind Soldier.
Double Wind Soldier. It's a shame you can't squeeze in the Outland Ranger and get that campfire. So the campfire would allow him to clear both of them. But now, I guess you just take out the... What ground shake's he going for? Oh, this ground shaker, okay.
Yeah.
So is Kaleem just going to fly away?
I guess he moves back to collect the Faeria and probably, Wind Soldier and the Charger, okay.
So the Charger plus the campfire isn't enough to clear out the ground shaker, but the campfire on the champion is going to be enough to clear out that ground shaker soon. But Wishes gets picked up by Luuu now, so he can play Wishes, gain some of Dallow's resources.
Yeah.
I feel Dallow's in a really good spot, but Luuu still has a lot of firepower left with these 3 Wishes, so it's still gonna be a tough game. Soul Drain.
Soul Drain and a Shaitan. Wow. I mean, he can block the Windborn champion from dealing 5 damage by blocking with or actually the charger as well.
Do you block with the ghoul? I guess if you block with the ghoul, you can set up a Shaitan next turn. Alternatively, you could just firebomb the 5/4.
Yeah.
Which I think's fine too.
Okay. So now Dalloway is able to play the Outland Ranger and buff the charger.
Push 5 damage this turn.
Yeah.
Kaleem doesn't really have much going on. Just kind of flying around the place.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's done a full lap of the board. He's just running the marathon right now.
Yeah.
I think... So, double neutral to land block once again. So he's just locking out any progression from Lou. If you go for the Ranger, this does allow you to push, 5 damage this turn. But it looks like he's decided to go for the Ghoul. Now this does open him up to Shaitan. That little move there from the Charger will open him up. I don't think he meant to do it. Now, I think he's looking at it now and going, oh, that could be a mistake.
Yeah.
So
but
maybe...
on the other hand, Lou won't have... Oh! Lou can have a Shaitan.
Yeah, he's got the reduced one. But he hasn't got the desert for it right now.
Actually, what's the reason why Dalloway plays the Outland Ranger out? Okay, because of the Shaitan, right? I always forgot about the Shaitan.
Everyone forgets about the Shaitan. I'm a major culprit for such a thing, as my stream knows. I've actually played around Shaitan a little better in recent times. Especially today, I played around Shaitan for like 3 turns, and it did pay off massively. So play around your vampires, guys, because he can wreck you. Really ruin your day. What's the plan for Dallow though? Things are definitely turned out pretty well for Lou now. He's got enough land for wishes. He has been blocked, so he can't progress aggressively. But as you can see, this ground shaker is starting to move up. He's starting to try and chase his Kaleem down. But he's also opening up land placement for himself.
Actually, I like the play with the Deathwalker here to block Lou from getting Faeria.
And this little land placement here is nice as well. So Dallow, understanding that Lou is using this ground shaker to try and get land tiles closer to Dallow. And these are the 2 spots which Lou is looking for, and he moves his Kaleem back and he blocks it off. Wow, Deathwish Ghouls for days.
Yeah. And he got a reduced one, which is just insane because it gains 2 Faeria.
It gains Faeria for you. Surprised that wasn't a mountain, actually.
Yeah.
And going for the axe grinder instead to get that 5/4. Game connection lost, attempting to reconnect. Have you got that, dude?
Nope, I'm in the game.
Alright, so you're gonna have to do some solo commentary for a moment.
Okay. So Dalloway just picked up a Soul Drain. He could go for he could remove the Deathwish Ghoul with Kaleem's Sky Prodigy. Or just... Yeah, and he go for the trade with the Ground Shaker and Soul Drain probably.
Oh no, Shaitan.
Oh no, Shaitan is incoming, wow.
Nom 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 nom.
Good target. Good target.
Good feast there.
Yeah.
That was an all-you-can-eat buffet there for a vampire.
And Lou runs Garudon.
Earthcraft not very useful right now. It can cycle, but it can't place any land. What does the game do when you can't place land? Oh, just negates it. Oh, I guess you can fill the neutral up with something. If that was a coloured land, could you actually play Earthcraft in that situation?
Yeah, I guess, cause then Earthcraft, the land placement is just over, and you gain just the card.
Okay.
I expect something like this. I'm not sure, but on the other hand, Earthcraft would be a dead card if you completely land blocked.
Alright, so grueling control match once again from these players. Each little decision can have tremendous weight on the entire outcome of this game. Gonna go for another Shaitan Vamp here to deal with this ghoul. I don't think Lou minds this too much. I mean, Shaitans generally, you want Shaitans to have much health as possible, but now the 7/4 gets cleared out by the axe grinder here. Ooh, if he had picked up a wind soldier there, that could have been very nice for him to go with that Garadan.
Yeah. But actually, he just get Kalim's follower and a Deathwish ghoul, Deathwalker. So he can double harvest with the Kalim's follower, Deathwalker, the follower, to get rid of the Shaitan Vampire. And on the other hand, you can block the 7/4 with your other Deathwish ghoul.
I think I like that actually. Another argument is you could just play. Actually, no. I actually think that's probably the best line. I was thinking maybe setting up a Garadan for the next turn, but that's. I mean, you could play the Deathwish Ghoul on the right side, and then Wind Soldier the other Shaitan on the left side, and then Garadan next, and then set that up for a Garadan next turn.
Yeah.
But I quite like your line, to be honest. But it looks like he's going for a good old Garadan now.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
So willing to leave a Shaitan on 1 health. This could be an opportunity for Dallow to sack it with the death for the Deathwalker.
Yeah. I would do it. So far, I see Lou in a bit better spot because he runs the last wishes, which means if the game runs into fatigue, he have the additional heal.
I also think he's ahead because of Garadan now. Having a 6/6 on board with flying is a big threat for Dallow to deal with, especially without a Last Nightmare available to him. And there's the other wishes as well. I wouldn't use it right now.
Nope. I think there is no reason to use it.
Because what are you going to get? A Deathwish Ghoul, a follower, and another follower. Yeah, see, I would have waited at least 2 turns just to get new cards from the wishes. He didn't need followers and Deathwish Ghouls at this point. I think that was a little hasty from Lou there.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I don't even like a Deathwalker here either. I'd rather play the Deathwalker aggressively at this point.
Yep.
Unless he's going for the fatigue game. Which he might be. If you look at the positioning, this is looking kind of fatigue-ish to me. I mean, the Garadan gets to push aggressive lands in 2 turns, so he could have waited, I think, with that. Because what does the Death Walker do at this point?
Nothing. He just stands
He
there
just
and
sits there and waits.
yeah.
And a draw from Dallow, pushing himself closer to that fatigue. Not much going on in Dallow's hand, to be honest. He does have a Death Walker of his own, but it does get contested by what Lou has on board.
Yeah.
What is the play?
I mean, he can play a defensive desert and play the Death Walker there to block the damage from Gardon, or at least to kill Gardon, but I'm not sure.
Ooh, I don't know about a Death Walker there.
No,
You
because
open yourself up to Shaitan.
yeah, or to a Soul Drain.
Or a Wind Soldier. There's plenty of
yeah.
things you open yourself up to against yellow in that position. I think... I'm not too sure what that Death Walker is doing either. What's his job? And why when you Soul Drain the ghoul there to protect it?
Yeah, and actually he uses a Ground Shaker, so you can remove the Shaitan Vampire on the right side as well.
But I think you move your Death Walker at one space, place a mountain, and then your Ground Shaker.
Yeah.
Onto that mountain, because this is Lou's opportunity now to play a lot of stuff on board, which Dallow can't. Dallow can't rely on his removal to get rid of, because one last nightmare isn't enough in this spot.
I'm not sure if I would play the follower here, cause Dalloway could play a vampire if he have one. I don't know if he just played all of his.
I just think this is over for Dalloway, to be honest.
Yeah.
Champions, and if he has any Shaitans left, probably aren't going to be enough to contest the rest of the power on board. I mean, there's a 7-6, a 6-5, a 6-6, and a 5-6. There's 4 massive threats that need to be answered. He can clear out the Shaitan at least.
Yeah.
Pretty nicely. But the Windborn champion then gets contested by the Death Walker. And there's still a Garadan and a 5-6 left on board.
Oh. Wow.
Wow. GG's. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's just GG.
Aggressive land, I would say.
Yeah.
Just to push some damage this turn.
And last nightmare the 5-5 and oh, okay, cleared out with.
To.
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to. He has the last nightmare now for any threat that comes down from Dallow.
Yeah, that's right. Or yeah. And the last nightmare as well. I think this game is over.
Yes.
So looks like Lou is going to hit this here.
Yep, he's going to get a follower to push 2 damage as well. Just position everyone up, ready for the kill. Dalloway is remaining on 3 Faeria. No cards in hand that can make any impact at all. Oh, we can actually remove Garadan.
Yeah.
Pretty nice draw. But you're kind of clutching at straws here. Yeah, it just looks like he's going for the motions.
Yeah. Okay, well, GG, well played.
So it looks like Lou takes a 2-0 lead. So now Lou is on match point. This is a best of 5 in the finals. Yep. And Lou just has to get that final win. Soul Drain's his own guy for some BM. Well played there from Lou. So now Dallow needs to come back in this series. Yeah. It's going to be pretty tough.
Yep.
Just getting a bit of light in here as I was in darkness on cam. But yeah, Lou has the opportunity to take another PlayFaeria Open with his next win. Dalloway still has an opportunity to win his first Open as well. So I'm not counting Dalloway out just yet, but Lou has just been pretty dominant in this series, I think.
Yeah. Actually, Lou is playing so well. Actually, the last month, I have to say, Lou increased his plays so much. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's definitely rolling with some of the top players right now.
Yeah.
The thing with Faeria at this point in its life is there's a lot of really good players now. There's at least like I could probably name off the top of my head 10 to 15 top players. And when it comes down to it, when these players are playing at such a high level, it's small decisions that make the game, that makes the difference. And that's kind of the level we're playing at the highest end with like Helios, Sweetie, Lou, Dan, Capu, like all these players. There's even more like Heavy, Mod, Formond. I could go. The list goes on. But what it'll come down to now for these players at the highest level is the small, intricate plays that are gonna set them up. It's gonna make them champions, basically.
Yeah. And actually, both players switched the decks. Dalloway is going up with a blue-yellow list, and Lou looks like he's playing mono blue with Yak Attack.
This is Lou's little creation he made recently. It is a Ororose Swarm deck.
Oh, okay.
So you basically just keep saving up your Faeria. You play Yak Attack with a bunch of other dudes down, just your Faeria gatherers, and you just Aurora them all into like bigger creatures for value. So this is kind of a little fun deck that Lou whipped together. Let's see if Dalloway expects what he's gonna see.
Oh, and Dalloway runs 3 wishes, so it's a 3 wishes deck.
Yeah, it could be the recent list that I sent you. I don't think it is because they don't run charges. So maybe this is a little deck he's cooked up himself. But this is another control mirror, in a sense. The flood strategy from Lou takes time because it's just a massive Faeria investment. I'm not sure if this runs Dream. It might run Aurora's Dream just to make that strategy a little bit more fluent. But yeah, it does take some working out.
Actually, the Mirror Phantasm, by the reduced costs, is pretty nice, I have to say.
Yeah, can turn a farm boy into a 5/5.
Yeah.
Every farm boy's dream. Leave the farm, say goodbye to mom and dad, and become a 5/5 tentacle monster.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a deer, right? Because it kind of looks a bit like Grove Guardian, but like a bluey aquatic variation.
Yeah. That's right.
Alright, so, yep. It's going to be developing that mountain. So, telling Lou that this is a 3 wishes deck, for sure. Windfall. So now we got some pretty tricky Phantasm Triton Banquet play coming down.
Yep. I love to see this.
Triton Banquet picking up in popularity recently among some of the blue players, just because it's quite surprising. I like the Triton Chef because it gives you a banquet when you play it. It's kind of like a 2-for-1. But the problem with Triton Chef is that you kind of indicate to your opponent that a banquet's coming up. This is if you just play the event alone, it
was surprising.
Yeah, it's a surprise. It's something they can't really play around sometimes.
And actually, Dalloway can't handle the 6/6 right now. I mean, he can play the Deathwalker or the Last Nightmare, but he have to invest a lot of Faeria by doing this.
And realistically, he's killing the farm boy here.
Yeah.
Last Nightmare, the farm boy.
Farm boy with banquet.
Yeah. The fat deer, water deer farm boy that he's become. Those Tritons know how
Oh,
to feed.
I forgot about the Aurora here.
Yeah, Aurora's a lot better just because you keep a Faeria Gatherer. Well, you kept the Faeria Gatherer before. It depends what you want to invest when it comes to land. He just wants to push for the wishes. So if he went for a desert for Nightmare, he would have kind of went off his wish plan.
Yeah.
The Archon has been buffed as well. He has drawn a Windfall and a Mirror Phantasm, so it does become a 6/6 for charge for 4, which is really powerful. Like, Archons can become very crazy very quickly.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do here? I wouldn't mind a lake next to the Aurora and then playing the Archon down.
Yeah. I think this is the play here.
Because what else would you do?
I'm not sure. I mean, you said the list is pretty slow, so probably you keep the Archon for, as Lou did, on the right side to play it away from the deserts, to be safe from Deathwalker combos, you know, but...
So Lou's just playing a little patiently here. He has all the time in the world, especially with this board. I guess his one fear is Garadan at this point. That's probably the biggest impact that Dalloway could have on this board right now. But he is safe from it. There is no Garadan in sight. And next turn he will be able to push a 6/6 out, very close to the orb. Dalloway, on the other hand, as much as he'd like to munch up frogs with a Shaitan, it's not going to happen. He can move Aurora off to the left side to start Faeria Gathering. Goes for the Bone Collector. So it looks like he's made a little bit of a read that Lou wants to be aggressive next turn.
Oh, and the Yak attack. Wow.
Gotta love them yaks. Feels yak, man. That's going to be the first emote we get on this channel when we get a sub button. Is feels yak, man. And I'm going to have to get an artist to draw a cheeky little yak.
Yeah.
In the style of feels good, man.
Actually, I like the yak art here.
Yeah, the yak art looks cool. Going for the board clear. I like it. As much as tempted as Archon is, it was being blocked by the Bone Collector. So the yak attack is just a little bit better. You gain some additional Faeria, you clear the board, and still there is no Garadan in sight to mop up all these little swarmers. There is a Shaitan that can at least clear one yak, but you'll only be a 7/5. Like,
actually, double neutral land and a desert to clear out the mochi and one yak.
Oh yes, that's very good play there from Dalloway, and he gets a soul drain as well, so he could soul drain the yak closest to him, or maybe just the yak on the left stops him pushing land right next to his orb, like a lake or something.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out what he wants to drain. And he goes for the frog instead, so just removing mobility.
Oh.
You can push 6 damage this turn.
Wow.
The smoke!
Yeah, the smoke is real. Wow, okay. That's crazy. And another Archon is picked up.
I think I would have liked a lake in between those deserts.
Yeah,
neutrals.
me too.
Play an Archon there, and then Aurora the yak on the far right and push 6. And then Shaitan is in just such a weird place because he has to clear at a 6-drop. He knows that he can just get cleared out by a frog. He could have positioned the frog to clear it potentially, or maybe even the other yak.
Wow, and he didn't play the Mythmaker. That's interesting.
So it seems that Lou is not too concerned with dealing damage just yet. He's just kind of slowly pushing up.
Yeah. And he knew he can probably deal 2 damage next turn, cause another Yak is waiting for it, and yeah.
So now just a forest away from playing his wishes. A farm boy.
Okay, so he can now Mythmaker the Yak and deal with the Kaleem.
Yeah. So it's pretty good that Lou kept hold of that Aurora. It worked out for him really good.
Yeah. And another Archon is incoming.
So much power on the board for Lou at the moment. Does have a Nightmare to deal with one Archon. He can actually deal with both Archons if he chooses. But now you can tap a Wish, so I guess you just wish first, see what you find, see what surprises Lou has cooking for him in the next 3 turns.
Yeah. Actually, he could get a really decent Bone Collector here. Unbound Evolution.
Double Unbound. So Shaitan is a 7. What 9 costs do we have? Isn't Walking Fortress a 9? Or is that just an 8? I'm not too familiar with 9 cost cards because I don't think I've ever played any. So yeah, just gonna buff up the Bone Collector. And now
probably his last Nightmare the Yak. Or just Unbound.
Aridon! Wow. Oh, that didn't turn out how you wanted it.
Nope, not really.
So double Unbound coming up for Lou now in his next 2 draws. Because this Phantasm was reduced, it will only turn into a 6-drop. Aurora is one of the best targets for Unbound as well.
Yeah.
Can turn a 1/1 into some fantastic creatures.
Oh wow. Okay, so what do you think? Unbound Evolution on Aurora?
Yeah, I think so. You might as well. I mean, you could Unbound Aridon, though. Aridon, like, why not? He turns into a 7-drop. Guess Shaitan is pretty weak, though, to get us a 7. And Battle Rager as well.
Wow, you just do nothing?
The old do nothing strategy.
Yeah, just sit there and wait.
This is tough.
Yeah, I mean he can get rid of the of the Aurora with Wind Soldier. Not sure if it's worth it, or just kill the Aridon.
Well, Aridon didn't move forward because it was scared of Bone Collector. So this might be one of the good opportunities to take it out. You can't unbind it anymore, and it'll keep its haste. So I hope he does know this before unless his plan is just to turn the Wind Soldier into something pretty threatening.
Yeah.
Oh, he gets a 6/6. That is gonna take. Does take damage as you play creatures, but Lou.
I have just a farm boy.
Wow, very
Whoa.
force! And this is why Aurora's crazy. With a mound.
Wow.
1/1 to a 7/7. That value.
Crazy. Just crazy.
And there
And
he
Orosei.
is.
Wow.
Do you just pull the trigger now?
I don't know. I mean, you can play the farm boy, get a 3-drop, by playing Orosei. Actually, I don't know.
You can clear the 2/4 first, and
Yeah.
then transform, so you get a fresh health stat from the
yeah,
transformation.
probably you get Runin.
Oh yes, Runin. That would be very nice.
Wow. Okay, I think.
I think it's time, guys.
Yeah, I guess the Orosei is coming.
Competitive Orosei deck from Lou in the finals.
That's
He's
crazy.
running out of time. You gotta do it. No, why
No,
not?
why? Why?
Why wouldn't you do it? I don't understand.
Me either.
I just don't understand.
Because now he just lose the veteran force.
Or the Eridon.
Or the Aerodon.
Unless he wants Eridon to go off.
Yeah, that's probably.
Lou knows what he's doing. He invented this deck after all.
Yeah, yeah.
So if anyone knows how to play it, it's going to be him. Maybe he knows something about this deck from playing it. That maybe he feels like he wants to get another Yak attack off first. Eridon doesn't
Okay.
So Battletoads, I guess you go for a draw.
Yeah. But actually, if you play the farm boy and Unbound Evolution or Orosei, it will lose the buff, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm not sure. So he went for a lake. I mean, he can Battletoad, Farm Boy, Orosei.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Windfall first. Alright, here comes the Battletoads. Farm Boy. I'd like to see come down as well. The dream, guys. The dream. If he unbounds Phantasm first, and then Aurora says, he has a chance to get Ice Rock Behemoth.
Yeah.
Or he can do it the other way around. Plague Bearer. Bearer!
Whoa, Beru! Okay, I do not understand why he just went. Oh, okay, cause he is aquatic. If he, yeah, okay. Now I get it.
So now you have to clear Beirut, because it just destroys your wish strategy.
Yep.
Wind Soldier's not going to be enough. Shaitan gets taken out cleanly by Beirut, and Beirut gets a 2-for-1, which is fantastic for Lou.
Wow, actually, really good. Actually, really, really good. Unfortunately, he got to Explorer. Not too good, but oh, and the Farm Boy.
The Mega Farm Boy. And a
And
Noble
the
as
Noble.
well. Noble's pretty decent, because he can plant a Fishy
Yeah.
on the right hand side, and that can start harvesting.
And actually, it's a 5/5 now.
Yeah, good threat. And the aggressive fish. I'm not too sure
Oh,
why the
when
fish is
Gardon.
there.
Gardon is a bit too late now, I guess.
Yeah, he needed that about 5 to 6 turns ago.
Yeah.
When there was an army of toads about an Aurora and like the farm boy.
Yeah. Oh boy. I actually have to say this deck is really nice. I will try it out. I love it.
It's a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
haven't tried it myself, but I've seen the list. But Lou has swayed me. Oh, the Three Wishes draw. Let's see if he can pick up anything that will help him get back. Yak Attack.
Yak Attack. And Mirror Phantasm is actually not a bad draw as well.
So Yak Attack, not going to be able to do much just yet. Windfall. Just going to top up his Faeria even more. Not that he needs it right now. I guess you need to move the fish out of the way so Aurora can move up. Although,
Yeah.
I guess you could just move to the right instead.
Yeah, I would move the Orosei to the right and probably play the Yak Attack. Because he can deal 8. He can deal 10 damage this turn. And Dalloway won't be able to play the Garodon, so...
He sets up a lethal.
Yeah, he sets up a lethal. And I guess this is what you want to do now.
I mean, he does set up lethal without Yak Attack, with the Aurora alone.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind just keeping Yak Attack, actually, just in case you need some burst damage.
Yeah.
If this somehow gets answered. So Aurora can just move up. And Yak Attack actually can be used as removal. So if Dalloway was to play a creature in the center, he can just go for Yak Attack to remove that creature.
Yeah, that's right.
But the
Mirror
Windfall is going to allow Garadan to come down. And the Plague Bearer is actually going to wipe out everything but Aurora.
Wow, I forgot he draw a Windfall.
Soul Drain as well to take out Aurora. So things actually worked out pretty nicely in the end for Dalloway.
Yeah. But Lou have the Fury to clear out Garodon.
He can turn one of his Yaks into a 5/5.
5/5. Yeah.
So he can push 4 damage with the Yaks, develop a 6/6 on the right hand side to push damage as well later, and clear out the Garadan with a buffed up Yak. So he has what he needs to take this out. He picks up a Mochi as well. Not going to have much influence apart from a bit of Faeria gathering, but even though Dalloway was able to wipe the board, it's not going to make too much of a difference, unfortunately. So Yaks need to go on the lake and the neutral tile just on the left hand side of the Yak he spawned, and then goes for Faeria instead of damage. Okay. I would have taken maybe the opportunity to push some damage there, but Lou playing very defensively.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about this.
Me either. I mean, Dalloway can play a Mirror Phantasm. Oh, okay, so he went for the lethal next turn.
Yeah. So kind of banking on Dalloway not having any other removal cards in hand. And as we can see, he doesn't. He doesn't have a way to stop this lethal. So Lou kind of went for the lethal setup for next turn rather than like pushing X amount of damage and trying to finish him off with another play. So this worked out fine for Lou.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a draw.
Nope.
It's not a draw you want to see.
Okay, actually Lou is 1 off lethal now, cause he have 13 damage.
Yeah.
Not 14.
So everything I just said made no sense. So maybe he should have pushed damage. I don't know. But another Phantasm is going to make a lethal.
And a Yak Attack as well.
And Lou is going to take the PlayFaeria Open number 3.
Wow.
3-0. Fantastic run from him. Second time he has won this tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, just lost the camera there. So yeah, fantastic performance coming from Lou in that last game. Well played to him. And good, well played to Dallow as well. Big shout out to Dallow for getting so far. Definitely showing that he's grown as a player, and he has the potential to take one of these in the future.
Yeah, definitely. You just have to find a way against Lou.
You just have to beat Yak Attack or Orosei deck, so that's the gatekeeper to win there. So yeah, that's gonna wrap things up from us today. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thank you Blackscape for joining me on the cast. Anything you want to say, like your Twitch maybe, your Twitter, you know, give some plugs.
Actually, if you want, you can check out my Twitch channel. It's just Twitch. Wait, I post the link in the chat.
Is it just twitch.tv/Blackscape?
Yep.
Yep. Could also
You can check me out there and follow me, or just watch my streams and have fun with me. And yeah, I want to thank you, Aqua, for inviting me to cast this tournament with you. It was really funny, and yeah, I hope I will do it again soon with you.
Yeah, no problem, dude. So it's a pleasure to have you on. If you guys would like to get involved in the PlayFaeria Open, be sure to go to open.playfaeria.com, where you can register for upcoming tournaments through the next few weeks. Also, go to playfaeria.com to find where I post my videos, as well as articles from our writing team, and of course our PlayFaeria YouTube, which you can find through playfaeria.com. We also have a forums as well, which you can get involved in and chat to the PlayFaeria community. And of course, if you want to find Faeria streamers, a great way to do it is to go through playfaeria.com, because we have all the streamers that are currently streaming on the left-hand side of the web page. So if I ever want to see who's streaming, I just tend to go to PlayFaeria and see who's kicking about on Twitch. But yeah, but thanks again, guys, for joining. That's going to be it from us. I hope to see you guys on Tuesday, where I'll return for my normal scheduled stream at 2 p.m. Central European Summer Time.
Actually, just Chicos write me if we can host him.
Yeah,
because he did the Yak talk now.
Yeah, he just dropped me a message as well. So
okay.
Straight after this, guys, we're going to send you over to Jokesy, and he is going to be doing Yak talk. So be sure to tune into that. He's going to be talking about Faeria, the metagame, this tournament as well. So show your support to Jokesy. He does a lot for this community. But yeah, that's going to wrap things up. Thanks again, and we will see you next Sunday, or hopefully next Tuesday if you decide to see my climb up to God rank. Take care, guys.
Bye.